This is the kind of story that really makes you have a tear in your eye. We've told you about pets reunited with their owners, sometimes years after they disappeared, and often microchipping is responsible for getting those families back together. Amy Johnston with Young Williams Animal Center is here to talk about this. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, you recently saw a dog named Maisy reunited here in Knoxville with her family 5 years after she disappeared. Tell me about that.
Well, she was brought into Young Williams late in the night through animal control. Found her on a very busy street and brought her in, and every animal that is brought in is scanned for a microchip. And a microchip was found, and our intake staff immediately called the microchip company, and the microchip company said, this pet's been missing for 6 years.
Now, why did it take so long?
We don't know because, like we said, she was brought in as a stray, so we're assuming, and this is only an assumption, that someone may have found her and just kept her and did not check for a microchip. And then maybe she got away from that family, and then, you know, obviously animal control picked her up and brought her into the shelter. So that's what we're assuming, but we don't know.
It makes sense, though.
It does make sense.
Especially when you look at behavior and that kind, how well she's been taken care of and that kind of thing. She looked pretty good.
She looked great, yeah.
We looked at pictures of the family and they're reuniting. You still have a lump in your throat about that.
I do, and every time I watch it, I just cry. And when we were all there, when the family just raced to Young Williams to get her, and they were just still in disbelief when they brought her out.
6 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, let's talk about the process to get microchipped. If your animal isn't, they really need to be.
They really need to be. A veterinarian can do it, and it's not real. It's a little bit painful, but it's a quick, you know, like a little shot, like a prick on your finger. And the important part of microchipping is making sure that contact information is updated. So just because you have a microchip doesn't necessarily mean that it is, you know, chipped to you. You have to call or go on the website to put your contact information in it. When you move, you need to also change that information.
Very important. Now, you mentioned it might be a little painful. Are there any other risks that we need to know about?
There really aren't any risks. The one thing that we did notice with Maisy is her chip actually moved. It was down her leg. So if you say you do find an animal and you bring it to a vet's office or bring it to Young Williams, you know, make sure that the person scanning is actually scanning over the entire body.
Okay. Yeah. So you have information on your website people can go to explain that?
We do, yes.
Very good. So for more information, just do that. It'll take you through the steps you need to do.
Absolutely.
And get that. Amy, thank you so much. What a great story to share.
It's a wonderful story. Thank you for having us.